Good morning. Welcome to another Sunday morning edition of the What Had Happened Was podcast, where I make NFL picks. And it's apparently all I do anymore with my life when it comes to this podcast is make NFL picks. For whatever reason, I seem to find time throughout the week to do a regular podcast. I'm tired of saying I'm going to do it and then not. But here's the deal. Here's the breaking news, late breaking news. I am going to start doing them regularly. I'm going to make sure I do them, even if I have to stay up to midnight, if I have to stay up till 3 a.m. I'm going to get them done because in late January, there's a, I don't know, Delmarva's funniest comedian competition that I'm going to enter. And I'm not a comedian, but I'm going to enter it. And I want to have some content on the podcast in case anyone enjoys my little 5-minute stand-up spiel that I'm going to do. They can then find the podcast. It's just all about, more ways for me to talk like an idiot, be self-important, and have people think that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's pretty much all it is. It's just another outlet for me to speak my voice into a microphone and other people to listen to it. And so I'm looking forward to that. I will release the date and time. I'm pretty sure it's January 21st, but I don't know exactly what time I'll be going on or what time the event will be starting. But the big news for the NFL week is the Kareem Hunt, the maniac in the hotel beating the shit out of the girl. He brutalized the girl. Headlines are what they are. Look, I'm not going to sit here and condone domestic assault or hitting a woman. You should never put your hands on another human, period. Forget this whole you shouldn't hit a woman, because you really shouldn't hit anyone, a human, period. Like, if your anger is to the point where you resort to physical violence and bodily harm, you probably have some issues that you need to resolve. Obviously, as men, when we're drinking at the bar fights happen. I've been in them. Multiple people that I hang around with have been with them. Maybe that says something about us. Maybe we're big, giant pieces of shit. But by and large, men do at some point get in a fight in their life. Doesn't make it right, doesn't make it good, but it is what it is. Now, you shouldn't, as you age, be still putting your hands on people. However, Kareem Hunt has not aged to that point yet. Clearly, there was drinking involved. I guess I shouldn't say clearly, but it's pretty obvious to me. It's a February night, so it was the week after Super Bowl. It was late at night. Kareem Hunt and this girl get into a screaming match. Her story is that he went bananas when she refused to have a threesome with him and a friend. His story is that she called him the N-word, and that's why he went bananas. I'm pretty sure that the truth probably is a combination of both stories, because why would Kareem Hunt say to police, yeah, I was trying to have a threesome with her and she dropped the N-word on me, so I flipped out? And why would she say, yeah, he wanted to have a threesome, I said no, so instead of being a regular person, I turned into a crazy person, I called him the N-word and I flipped out? Of course, neither one's going to say that. But it seems to me a pretty easy assumption to make. Like, you can connect the dots that he wanted her to do things she wasn't comfortable with. He pushed it. She dropped the N-bomb. He lost his shit. That's pretty much what happened. He then shoved her. Then a guy got between him and her. He barreled into the guy, shoved the guy, knocked her over, disoriented her. His friends were running around grabbing cell phones. If it weren't for the hotel room video footage, his friends were the real MVPs. They were snatching cell phones, deleting videos, making sure that nobody had any cell phone video of the encounter. I'm sure there was still some on there with the cloud or whatever the hell that happens. Has anyone else figured out how to disable that? Like, every single picture I take ends up on the my Google Drive, and I don't know. I'm 35, married with 2 kids. I'm not snapping dick pics or any like naked selfies, but I don't know that I want every picture of my kid in the Google Drive that someone could hack and steal. Or I don't know, who the hell wants the pictures of my kid? I don't know, what the fuck am I talking about? I don't know. But anyway, I'm sure the videos ended up somewhere. But this happened in February. It's now December. Holy shit, it's week 13. It's December. Another year has just fucking flown by. I'm getting tax disclosures and stuff. I'm going to have to be doing tax returns soon. This is just bananas. Although it's the new Trump tax return, so it should be just like a 3x5 postcard, right? Anyway, I keep getting sidetracked here. This is not a regular podcast. This is a football podcast. Stay to football, Michael. Kareem Hunt. Look, then the icing on the cake is he does this little fucking, I don't even know if you can call it a kick. It was more like a like when you want someone to get away from you, but you don't want to kick them, but you're like, get the fuck out of here kind of kick. That's what he did. He gave her like a get the fuck out of here kind of kick. And don't get me wrong, he's a professional athlete, so his get the fuck out of here kick probably hurt. But the headline said Kareem Hunt brutalizes woman, and it was a little overblown. Now, granted, I think he should be suspended. I think he should be suspended a game or two, either by the NFL. And it won't be by the Chiefs because they fucking released him. Now, here's where the hypocrisy comes in. Everybody was praising the Chiefs. Oh, that organization did what they did, and kudos to them. He lied to them about the situation. Horse fucking shit. He did not lie to them about the situation. Look, here I go, assuming I know this story. But in my mind, there's no way that they didn't either have the video, have the police report, or know exactly what went down. This happened 8 months ago. They knew what happened. They had to have known this video was coming out at some point. So why not at the beginning of the year in August, when the owner of the team got interviewed about it and said, I'm pretty sure he's not going to get suspended. Instead of saying that, why don't you just fucking take it upon yourself, suspend him 2 games for when the inevitable video evidence comes out. You say, look, we already dealt with this. No charges were filed. Kareem's in some sort of diversion program. He's moving on. No, you basically gave yourself no fucking choice. And now you want a gold star for releasing him? No way. Not going to happen for me. Like the Chiefs organization who employs Tyreek Hill, who, don't get me wrong, by all accounts now, I got yelled at in one of my Madden groups that he's a good father and a good husband, and he's still with the girl. But at one point in time, Tyreek Hill strangled and beat his pregnant girlfriend, was kicked off Oklahoma State's team, and the Chiefs were just fine with drafting him. Now, yes, he did everything he needed to do. He had his scholarship revoked. He was punished, and he handled it like he should have. He was 19 or 20 at the time. So, again, people make mistakes and people deserve second chances, but I just find it hard to believe this sanctimonious, holier than thou kind of bullshit that the Chiefs are spewing right now, that there's some sort of sanctimonious, like, holy fucking place when they only care about, yeah, you like that? It's pretty, it's a 1912 floral by Frida Kahlo. No, I don't know, but it's probably a dollar store. My mom buys everything from the dollar store. And the painting that's behind me, if you're watching the video, is from the dollar store. No, I don't know. I shouldn't say that about my parents' paintings. I don't know. It might be $1,000 painting. I don't know. I really like the fancy gold trim that's around here. And if you're just listening on the podcast, I just got a message shot to me on the old Facebook on the book about the background. And, I had to acknowledge it because it is a pretty sweet background. It's got like the gold kind of fancy background. Am I doing this right? Nope. I'm missing it. But anyway, oh no, Kareem Hunt. Let me see what I gotta do here. Reset. Better. Yes. All right. We're back. All right. So that's the first audio hiccup of the week here on the YouTube. We're 8 minutes in and we've had our first one, which means we're probably going to have 2 or 3 more. Long story short, my opinion on the Kareem Hunt thing is that the Kansas City Chiefs organization should not get some sort of, fuck me. God damn it. Can this fucking thing just work? It's not, I feel like I don't ask out of this fucking thing. Just work. All right, I'm going to use the MME instead of the WDM. Is that even going to pick up on here? Yeah, all right, it's picking up. I don't fucking know. This piece of shit equipment. Maybe I should just take the time to figure out what the hell's going on. I don't know. It's not like it's my responsibility or anything. It's totally what I need to take care of as my podcast. It's like my one thing I need to take care of is to make sure that my equipment works and it sounds good. And here I can't even do that. I can't do that right now with that MME. It's way too much of a fucking, I don't know. It's like a lag or something. I can't listen to it, but I have to keep it in my ear in case it fucks up again. All right, here we go. Let's get to the picks. Long story short, on Thursday, I figured that the Saints were going to come back down to earth at some point, and they did. They did. So I kept betting against them every week, and I was saying, you know what? They're going to have to lose. They're going to have to lose. I did not think they were going to lose against the Cowboys, but I did think the Cowboys had enough big, athletic, fast guys in defense that they could keep it close, and they did. So kudos to the Cowboys. I did not see that coming. What the fuck am I having a stroke right now? So I did not. Why? What the fuck? I really feel like I just had a mini stroke, guys. Let me make sure. Let me check my pupils real. I'm not convinced I didn't have a stroke at all. Jesus. My health right now. I don't know why, but I'm kind of concerned about my health right now. This went down the shitter real fast. What is going on with this fucking equipment? All right, fuck it. I'm just going to go. I'm taking this thing out. If my audio kirks out, I'll just have to put it back in sporadically and hope that it's not fucked up. Here we go. All right, let's get on to the picks. I'm going to take this thing out. All right, here we go. So for the picks, let's see here. I have Dallas. I had them plus 7.5 on Thursday. I felt like that was a little too much to pass up at home. The Cowboys had been playing really well. Dak continued that. Can't really, it's hard to bet against a team that's hot at home. And I'm going to, the Falcons are not hot, and they're playing the Ravens. So winning this Sunday's game is enough really about the Thursday game. Drew Brees looked bad. Dak Prescott looked pretty good. Amari Cooper looks like he is a difference maker. I still don't think he was worth a first-round pick, but he does look like he's a difference maker. All right, let's get to these picks. This was a fucking really discombobulated 10 minutes here. Baltimore goes to Atlanta. Atlanta started off the week a 1.5 point underdog. I don't know if Vegas thought Joe Flacco was coming back, but Atlanta's now all the way up to a 2.5 point favorite. I just think Lamar Jackson's speed is going to give them issues. So give me Baltimore plus 2.5. No Deion Jones, still no Keanu Neal. Still, they're both gone for the year. I'm going to take Baltimore plus 2.5 here. I'm not really confident about that game. If I didn't pick every game, I probably wouldn't be putting that one on my cards. Like if I were doing a Delaware card, I don't think I'd be picking that one. But give me Baltimore plus 2.5. I figure Lamar Jackson keeps it close, gets them in position to win that game. I don't know what else to say. Another AFC North team that's actually going in the other direction is the Bengals. The Ravens and Bengals were kind of similar trajectories there at one point. Then Andy Dalton's hurt now. The Bengals are pretty much their season's done. They should be tanking. The Broncos come to town there. The Broncos have been resurgent. The Broncos have an outside shot. I would say more than an outside shot, a decent shot at making the playoffs. They've got a weak schedule coming up, and it kicks off here in Cincinnati. Denver is a 4.5 point favorite. Denver seems to have figured out the formula to not turn the ball over, which basically means Case Keenum can't be Case Keenum for the week. He did really well in Minnesota, not turning the ball over, but he also had Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. Emmanuel Sanders is still a really good wide receiver, but he's not on the Diggs or Adam Thielen level. So give me Keenum, give me the Broncos. Broncos minus 4.5 there. I just feel like they're going to be able to get the job done. Phillip Lindsay, the undrafted rookie, is just really showing teams why you don't draft running backs really high. I harped about it last week when the Broncos and the Giants were going to be squaring up against one another, where you had Saquon Barkley and you had Phillip Lindsay on opposite sides of the ball. This week, it's just Phillip Lindsay, and he's going to be going against Joe Mixon, who was going to be a first-round pick, but he was another one who couldn't keep his hands off of the ladies, and there's video of that one, but he's still gainfully employed in the league. Can you sense that I feel like it's a bit hypocritical that Kareem Hunt was released by the Chiefs? Look, I think the guy should pay a price, whether it's a 1-game suspension, 2-game suspension, a game check, whatever, but let's not act like this guy needs to be blackballed over a shitty decision he made one night in a hotel room. Give me Denver minus 4.5 again to reiterate. The Rams are going into Detroit. Detroit, their season pretty much ended on Thanksgiving. No Mitchell Trubisky. Matthew Stafford had every opportunity to win that game and not be Matthew Stafford, but unfortunately, he just decided he was going to be Matthew Stafford. I can't trust them against a Rams team that should be able to put up a shit ton of points. They're coming off a bye. They should be well rested. Give me the Rams minus 10. That's a big line for a road team to cover, but give me the Rams minus 10. The Lions look like their goose is cooked this year. Packers really need to pretty much win out, and it's no RELAX time in Green Bay. It's definitely PANIC time. Did you like how I did there? I spelled it, instead of spelling relax, I spelled panic to try to do the juxtaposition that it's not relax time, that they should be panicking in Green Bay. I don't think Mike McCarthy survives the offseason. Aaron Rodgers seems to be over him for whatever reason. Give me Green Bay minus 14. to start the week. They're minus 13.5 now. That half a point shouldn't make a huge difference, but give me Green Bay minus 13.5. All reports out of Green Bay seem that Aaron Rodgers is pissed and he wants to put up a huge day against these Cardinals. So I will back Aaron Rodgers, even though I hate him as a human being. Give me the Green Bay Packers minus 13.5. AFC East barn burner coming up after that one. Another 1:00 game, Dolphins and Bills. Buffalo comes down to Miami. Miami's only giving 3.5 at home, which I think is pretty much the gimme of the week. I'll take the Dolphins minus 3.5 all day, twice on Sunday, which I'm actually going to do it twice on Sunday because I'm going to go make some bets, some cards, do some regular like parlay cards because I'm not going to have time to go to Harrington this morning. So I'm going to have to do some parlay cards. Give me the Dolphins minus 3.5 all fucking day. They're a much better team than the Bills. Look, the Bills look good against the Jags team that had basically quit last week. If it weren't for Leonard Fournette acting like a fucking maniac, the Jags would have had the ball on the 1. But no, he acts like a maniac. They end up getting pushed all the way back to like midfield. They miss a field goal. And then the game crumbled from there. Fournette's since been benched. Blake Bortles has been benched. Well, Fournette's been suspended. Blake Bortles has been benched. So no Blake Bortles, no Leonard Fournette. I'm not thinking Cody Kessler and TJ Yeldon are going to be able to get the job done in Indy. So there, when I get to that game, I'm going to take the Colts, but I'm still talking about Dolphins, Bills. The Dolphins are just a better team. Ryan Tannehill makes them a better team. They should have beaten the Colts last week. They were up 24-14. They were up 10 points, and they just couldn't hold on to the lead. Andrew Luck looks like he is legit. So let me just get into that Colts-Jaguars game. Give me the Dolphins minus 3.5. Jags-Colts, that is a 1:00 game as well. The Colts go to Jacksonville. The Colts are a 4-point favorite. If you told me that at the beginning of the year, the Colts would be a 4-point favorite in Jacksonville, I'd have laughed in your face and taken Jacksonville +4 in a heartbeat. But it's a different time. 13 weeks later, it looks like the Colts are for real and the Jags are the opposite of that. Give me the Colts -4. This could be a trap game or a trip-up game for the Colts, but the Colts really need to keep pace here with the Texans, who have been on fire lately. I'm going to take the Colts -4 in that game. Andrew Luck and the Colts can beat a Jaguars team that has seemingly given up on the season. There's no excuse for them losing to the Bills last week, unless they've essentially given up on their season. The Giants and the Bears. No Mitchell Trubisky again for Chicago. Look, I think the Bears have skated along long enough without Mitchell Trubisky. Chase Daniel is going to have a Chase Daniel game at some point, and I think it's today. Give me the Giants +4. Even if they don't win, I think they're going to be able to keep the game close enough that, Beckham gets over the top. Saquon busts off a long run. Eli doesn't shit his pants against the defense. That's really the key, is will Eli completely shit his pants against this defense, which is rather scary. I mean, I wouldn't want Khalil Mack on one side, Leonard Floyd on the other side, Akeem Hicks in the middle, Eddie Goldman up the middle. It's a fucking scary defense. And they got Adrian Amos and Eddie Jackson on the backside. I really like naming Bears players because they're still an underrated, underappreciated team. At 8-3, they're kind of disrespected. They won a game on like fucking 70 hours rest with their backup quarterback on Thanksgiving. They really are a contender this year. And I think teams that are overlooking them are doing themselves a disservice. However, for today, for one day, for one Sunday, I like the Giants. So give me the Giants +4 in that game, which brings us to the Buccaneers and the Panthers. Man, the Bucs are a train wreck. Dirk Cutter can't... That guy just needs to go. Every quote he makes himself look less and less like a head coach in the NFL. Is he with Jameis Winston? Is he with Ryan Fitzpatrick? Is he going to bounce back and forth 10 more fucking times? Look, here's the deal. The Buccaneers have about 6 games left to figure out if Jameis Winston is going to be their guy going forward. They have to play him. They have to find out if he's the guy. The Panthers are coming to town. The Panthers are only getting 3 points. The Panthers were overrated earlier in this season, but at 3 points, I think they're underrated this week. Give me Carolina -3 in that game, fighting for the playoff lives. Christian McCaffrey, Cam Newton, DJ Moore. They're going to find a way to get that offense rolling, and I don't think Tampa Bay is going to be able to keep pace with them. I'll take Carolina -3. Let's go. We're still in the 1:00 games. A lot of 1:00 games this week. I think there's like 9 1:00 games this week. So it should be a hectic 1:00 for the Red Zone channel, which I'll be watching because the Jets don't play till 4. No. I hate 4:00 games because I end up drinking a little bit beforehand. Then I drink heavily during. And then I'm all like shitty and hungover on Mondays, which is never fun. The older you get, the worse hangovers are. Maybe I should just stop drinking. I should actually get my radio equipment figured out. I should stop drinking, take some personal responsibility, but that'd be too fucking easy. Browns, Texans in Houston. Houston is a 5.5-point favorite since Hugh's been gone. Yeah. The Browns have looked really good Man, I don't want to play that back and see what my face looked like when I was singing Kelly Clarkson. That was probably atrocious. But since Hugh has been gone, the Browns have looked really, really good. I don't think they're going to win this game. I think it's a close game, though. 5.5 is a big line. I think it's like a field goal game. So give me Cleveland plus 5.5. Although I do think Houston takes it to 9-3. Deshaun Watson will do some shit late. He's got DeAndre Hopkins out there. He's got Demaryius Thomas out there. Lamar Miller was resurrected. No longer looks like a corpse out there. He looked really good on Monday night against the Titans. Give me, though, the Browns plus 5.5, but the Texans to win the game. So that might be one of those cards where you can play both sides on the super teaser. Take Cleveland like plus 13 and then Houston plus 3, where Houston's going to win, but it's going to be a tight game. So I think that Houston-Cleveland game is one of those ones where you can bet on both teams on a super teaser card. I don't know why I'm being so Delaware specific today, but I am. Titans and Jets. The Jets go to Tennessee. Sam Darnold still is not going to play. The Titans, because of that, are all the way up to a 9.5-point favorite. They started off the week at like an 8-point favorite. Once Darnold was announced he wasn't going to play, it's up to 9.5. Give me the Jets plus 9.5. The Titans are just not an impressive team. The only concern is if they get that run game going. The Jets are usually pretty good against the run. The Patriots did some things, though, in the run game that really concerned me going forward for the Jets' run defense. Not that they're a playoff team or I have anything to be concerned about for too long, but the Titans can run the ball well with Derrick Henry, Deion Lewis. Deion Lewis can cause problems in the passing game. I do think the Titans are going to win this game. This is another game where I think it's close, so I think you could play both sides on the super teaser card. But give me the Jets plus 9.5 all day on this game. So I'll take my Jets plus 9.5. So they're probably going to get blown out by like 35 today. I don't know why I even bet on the Jets. I just have a feeling they're going to keep it close today. 9.5 is a big number. I think they're going to be able to keep it close. Another big number, Kansas City and the aforementioned Golden Boy Chiefs. They're such a good organization. I'm so glad they got rid of Kareem Hunt. They did what they should have done 8 fucking months ago. Get off my dick. I'm not trying to hear it, Kansas City. You're not some Golden Boy organization for cutting a guy after a video came out that you probably already knew existed. You're not getting some sort of fucking check mark for me. Give me the Raiders plus 14 just because I'm pissed at the Chiefs organization here. And I think Kareem Hunt does do a lot in that offense, whether he's catching screens out of the backfield, turning like 6-7 yard runs into 35-40 yard runs. Spencer Ware is a solid replacement, but he's not Kareem Hunt. Look, Kareem Hunt starts for a reason. Kareem Hunt scores touchdowns like a maniac for a reason. Give me the Raiders plus 14. I'll probably regret that, but I'm just mad at the Chiefs organization right now. And I think Kareem Hunt is worth more than 1 point. Kansas City was minus 15. That whole incident happened. They went down to minus 14. I'm going to take the Raiders plus 14 in that game. Give me 2 touchdowns. Come on, Derek Carr. Don't shit the bed again and let fucking 98-year-old Terrell Suggs run back a touchdown on you guys. Probably the highlight, the marquee 4 o'clock game, Minnesota and New England. Minnesota goes up to New England. Minnesota's getting 5 points in this game. It was initially 6 to start the week. It's come down to 5. Give me Minnesota plus 5. I don't know how that line is that high. Minnesota's defense is pretty good. Xavier Rhodes is kind of banged up. Anthony Barr, I don't know if he's going to play. But their defense can make things happen, and here's the real problem. New England struggles against teams that can pass the ball. Kirk Cousins should be able to have a field day against these guys. Now, yes, he's going to throw an interception or 2, but I also think they're going to be able to hold Tom Brady in check. Give me Minnesota plus 5 in that game, which brings me to the other 425 game, which is Seattle and San Francisco. Seattle's a 9.5-point favorite in that game. I don't think Seattle's a good team, but they're going to keep themselves in playoff contention for another week. They're going to beat the Niners. Are they going to beat them by 9.5? I think so. Give me Seattle minus 9.5 in that game. I'll take Russell Wilson and his tattletale ass looking self over big dick Nick Mullins and the Niners, who are pretty much in tank mode again. The Niners are going to have, by all said and done, when next year starts, they're going to have Jimmy Garoppolo and like 4 top 10 draft picks that they can hopefully do something with and make some noise out west. I really think Shanahan's a good coach. Hopefully the Niners get dumb and let him go and he can come right to the Jets, because I don't think Todd Bowles is going to survive this season. So maybe, just maybe, the Niners will get dumb and let Shanahan go, and he'd be welcomed with open arms in New York. All right, the Sunday night game is a doozy. A doozy. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers are going to do battle in Pittsburgh. Typically, I don't like West Coast teams playing in cold climates, but the Steelers have not looked good. They should have lost that Jaguars game if the Jaguars weren't having a Jaguars-esque season. I think it was like 16-6 with like I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. All the Jaguars had to do was get like 3 first downs, and the game would have been iced. They weren't able to do it. Then Pittsburgh did not look very good against the Broncos team, who they should be better than. Granted, it was in Denver, but come on. You should have won that game. And then Big Ben's lame excuse like, oh, that was a once-in-a-lifetime interception. No, because the guy right behind him was getting ready to pick it off anyway. It was a shit decision. You should have just handed the ball off to John Connor, but you've already shown questionable decision-making. One, when you bent the girl over the fucking bathroom sink in the bathroom. And two, when after that, you wore a slick back fucking mullet to defend yourself in the press conference. So give me Los Angeles +3 in that game. I like the Chargers. I like what they have going on. I don't know how it'll translate into a cold weather environment without Melvin Gordon, because they're not going to have their big banger. They're going to have to rely on Eckler, who's a lot smaller. He's not exactly a bruising back, but I think he can get a lot of catches out of the backfield, keep that offense going, keep drives alive. Give me the Chargers +3 without Melvin Gordon, which would be a huge win for them. If they can beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh without Melvin Gordon, the Chargers are going to make some noise in the AFC playoff race. Eagles, slurs, Monday night. Washington comes to Philly. The Eagles are only a 6-point favorite, and I think it should be a lot higher. What the Eagles really lack right now is pass coverage. They're really struggling when it comes to pass coverage, and what the Redskins can't do right now is pass the ball. So, like if they're playing the Saints where they got fucking shit stuff, or even if they're playing a Giants team who went away from what was working for the whole first half, the Eagles have holes, but I don't think the Redskins are able to, exploit them with fucking Colt McCoy and an 87-year-old Adrian Peterson back there. So give me the Eagles -6 in that game. The Redskins defense is still really good, but they're going to be on the field a lot. Josh Adams looks like he's the real deal in Philly. That's a guy not a lot of people have heard of outside of this area, but that kid is big, he's fat, and man, when he hits the hole and he hits the open field, a lot of times it's good night, forget about it. So give me the Eagles -6 in that game. It's going to wrap me up for the week. Kind of wanted to get this over fast. I got a lot of shit to do. I got to make a turkey pot pie. We're 1 week removed from Thanksgiving. In the Dondarski household, we do it on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So I got to get this turkey used up. We're going turkey pot pie tonight. Got to get to the store to make that. Got to make sure the kids aren't dead. Got to make sure my wife feels like I'm not ignoring her all day, because it is Sunday, and I do tend to ignore her all day on Sundays when I'm watching football. So I got a big day. Might go to Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know. Might not have time. Channel my inner Will Ferrell there. Let's go. Philly -6. LAC, the Chargers +3. Seattle -9.5. Minnesota +5. Oakland +14. The Jets +9.5. Cleveland +5.5. Indy -4. Carolina -3. The Giants +4. Miami -3.5. Green Bay -13.5. The Rams -10. Denver -4.5. Baltimore +2.5. I already had Dallas +7.5. That wraps it up for this week. We out.